and welcome to IoT Marketing Live. I'm Tiffani Neilson, and joining me is my incredible co-host, the CEO and founder of IoT Marketing, Johannes Beekman. How are you today, Johannes?
I'm doing great, Tiffani. How are you?
I'm amazing. And we have a very exciting broadcast for you today, if not even shocking, because the stories are so interesting. And we'll also feature an interview with Connext, who was the winner of our Industry Insights IoT Awards case study of the year. So be sure to stay until the end to watch that at the end of the broadcast. But first, let's talk about DeepSeek. DeepSeek recently made global headlines with the release of two large language models, or LLMs as they're called, the V3 and R1, which were built at a fraction of the cost and computing power of leading US products such as ChatGPT, yet performed at a similar level. Rao Yi, the president of Capital Medical University in Beijing, argued in a post on social media that DeepSeek is the biggest shock to human society to come out of China in terms of science and technology in 185 years. Johannes, let's pause there for a moment. Despite the low cost, what makes DeepSeek such a tremendous breakthrough in AI?
Well, DeepSeek breakthrough, Tiffani, isn't just about cutting costs. It's a game changer because it's open source, and it marks a major shift away from the traditional closed proprietary systems that we're used to. So by making its code public, DeepSeek invites researchers, developers, and innovators from around the globe to build on its technology. So this open collaborative approach not only speeds up advances in AI, but also makes it accessible to smaller organizations and academic institutions. Even though it runs at a fraction of the cost and computing power of major US products like ChatGPT, DeepSeek still delivers comparable performance, challenging the current model that US companies are using. So this method could really spark a new wave of AI development, creating a more inclusive and dynamic research environment that might redefine the future of global technological innovation.
Thanks, Johannes. And from NVIDIA to Microsoft to Amazon, US technology firms have been racing to adopt the latest AI reasoning model from Chinese startup DeepSeek, despite increasing global scrutiny of the Hangzhou-based company. In an interview with Fortune on Friday, shortly after Amazon announced multiple ways that businesses could begin testing the R1 model natively through its cloud computing arm, Director Ankur Mehrotra made the case that R1's out-of-nowhere rise is exactly the type of occurrence that AWS's AI approach is built for. As of Thursday, January 30th, AWS customers could start assessing R1 through AWS Bedrock Marketplace, which offers a choice of more than 100 foundation models, large and small, for both generalized and specialized use cases. Johannes, why is making DeepSeek available in AWS Bedrock advantageous for Amazon?
Well, Tiffani, integrating DeepSeek's R1 model into the AWS Bedrock Marketplace brings actually several clear advantages for Amazon. First, it shows AWS dedication to building a diverse consumer-centric AI ecosystem, much like Amazon's retail strategy, thriving on a wide selection. This move offers business customers access to any array of AI models suited to different needs. So by adding DeepSeek R1 to its portfolio, AWS not only expands its range of offerings, but also enhances its image as an innovative, adaptable cloud platform. Moreover, this decision takes advantage of the global excitement surrounding DeepSeek, a model known for its cost efficiency, strong performance, and open source design. So by including an AI solution emerging from a disruptive Chinese startup, AWS positions itself right at the forefront of technological innovation. This strategy choice gives customers the opportunity to work with a cutting-edge model that champions transparency and collaborative improvement, potentially speeding up their own innovation cycles. So in short, having DeepSeek R1 available in AWS Bedrock not only diversifies Amazon's AI offerings, but also reinforces its overall cloud strategy, ensuring that Amazon's customers have the flexibility and tools needed to advance their digital transformation initiatives.
Thanks, Johannes. And DeepSeek competes with US companies like startups OpenAI and Anthropic, as well as tech giants like Google parent Alphabet and Meta. And Meta's been the leader in open source AI models. But last week, DeepSeek surpassed OpenAI's ChatGPT as the most downloaded smartphone app, which sparked a massive sell off of AI related stocks and raised eyebrows over its strict self censorship policies. Despite the shockwaves from DeepSeek, Meta has pledged as much as $65 billion, while Microsoft has earmarked $80 billion for AI in its current fiscal year, and Google plans $75 billion capex in 2025 to support AI demand, which is outpacing capacity. And to top it off, Amazon just announced it aims to spend $100 billion in AI in 2025. That is a far cry from the $6 million that DeepSeek said it has spent to develop its AI model. However, US executives and Wall Street analysts said that that is the amount spent on computing power rather than all development costs. And now, after the DeepSeek announcement, AI researchers at Stanford and the University of Washington were able to train an AI reasoning model for under $50 in cloud compute credits, according to a new research paper released last Friday. The model, known as S1, performs similarly to cutting edge reasoning models such as OpenAI's O1 and DeepSeek's R1 on tests that measure math and coding abilities. Some investors seem to be losing patience with the hefty spending and lack of big payoffs. But Johannes, what's your take on the financial impact of DeepSeek and on other businesses and on the stock market?
Well, you're right, Tiffany. DeepSeek isn't just a tech disruptor, it is also shaking up the financial side of AI. It manages to deliver performance on par with the big players, but at a fraction of the cost, around 6 million in computing power, according to DeepSeek, versus the tens of billions that are being spent. So this cost efficiency challenges the long-held belief that AI development must be capital intensive. And yes, it's already causing investors to rethink, as we've seen in the initial sell-off of AI stocks. So major companies like Meta, Microsoft, Google, and Amazon are now re-examining their strategies. Moreover, DeepSeek's status as the most downloaded AI app highlights a strong market demand for open source accessible models. Academic institutions can now train competitive reasoning models for less than, as you mentioned, $50 in cloud credits, accelerating the democratization of AI. At the same time, strategic moves by industry giants such as AI, making its search feature open to everyone without an account, and Google's impressive launch of Gemini 2.0 suggest that the lines between these two companies are blurring as they all move toward models that prioritize both broad accessibility and innovation. In short, and to summarize, DeepSeek's disruptive approach is prompting a fresh look at how we evaluate AI investment. It shows that groundbreaking performance doesn't have to come with the astronomical cost, a lesson that could reshape the financial strategies of tech businesses around the globe.
Thanks, Johannes. And it seems like all the big players in AI have big announcements as a result of DeepSeek, as OpenAI just released Deep Research, making it so everyone now has a personal world-class researcher. Deep Research in ChatGPT will find, analyze, and synthesize hundreds of online sources to create a comprehensive report. Johannes, you keep saying it's the year of the AI agent. I think that you may be correct.
Thanks, Tiffany. So yes, DeepSeek has commoditized or at least democratized LLMs. So the game is moving to the next level, and that is AI agents. So OpenAI's launch of Deep Research in ChatGPT underscores that we are officially in the AI agent era. And this represents a huge leap forward for AI capabilities. Deep Research essentially gives, as you mentioned, every user a personal, world-class researcher. But it doesn't just open up access to a wealth of information, it changes the way we interact with data. With this innovation, ChatGPT can search through, analyze, and synthesize hundreds of online sources, creating detailed reports that used to be the sole domain of expert researchers. Sam Altman even noted that Deep Research can do a single-digit percentage of all economically valuable tasks in the world, which of course is a wild milestone. His observation highlights how transformative this technology is. It shows that AI agents are ready to tackle complex, high-impact tasks, and with tools like these at our disposal, we are not merely enhancing our productivity, we're fundamentally redefining innovation in the digital age.
Thanks, Johannes. And Texas is the first state in the US to ban DeepSeek AI. The Texas Governor Greg Abbott issued an order banning the Chinese owned artificial intelligence app from all state issued devices, making Texas the first state in the US to take such an action. Texas will not allow the Chinese Communist Party to infiltrate our state's critical infrastructure through data harvesting, AI, and social media apps, Abbott said. Johannes, this is happening in your state. Does this news surprise you, or do you feel that other states will follow suit?
Thank you, Tiffany. I'm not entirely surprised by this development. The decision by Governor Abbott to ban DeepSeek AI from state-issued devices reflects mounting concerns over data security and the potential for foreign influence on critical infrastructure. In an era where AI is reshaping every sector, such measures underscore the tension between embracing technological innovation and safeguarding public interest. DeepSeek, as a Chinese-owned application, has raised alarms about data harvesting and the risk of strategic exploitation, and Texas is clearly taking a proactive stance in addressing these challenges. Given these concerns, it's reasonable to expect that other states will follow suit, especially if similar vulnerabilities are identified in their systems. For example, just a few days ago, New York State banned DeepSeek. These moves signal a broader shift in regulatory approaches toward AI, one that prioritizes national security and data privacy over rapid adoption of cutting-edge technologies. Ultimately, while the ban may spark debate over its broader implications for innovation, it serves as a reminder that in the AI era, security and oversight are as critical as technological advancement.
Thanks, Johannes. And in the US, a newly introduced bill is pushing the limits of AI regulation. Senator Josh Hawley proposed legislation last week that would make it illegal for Americans to use, import, or develop Chinese AI technologies, including the emerging chatbot DeepSeek. If passed, the bill would impose some of the strictest penalties ever associated with technology restrictions. Individuals caught violating the ban could face 20 years in prison, while corporations could be fined as much as $100 million. According to Live Now Fox, this measure signals escalating tensions between the US and China as both nations race for AI dominance. The bill's introduction coincided with a $1 trillion stock market sell-off, with companies like NVIDIA experiencing historic losses. Though Hawley's bill may not pass in its current form, the introduction of the bill indicates that Congress could bring forward more AI restrictions in the coming months. Johannes, this reminds me of TikTok, but far more serious in my opinion. What is your prediction on whether or not DeepSeek will be formally banned in the US?
Well, thank you, Tiffany. And as Yogi Berra once said, this is deja vu all over again. The current legislative efforts against DeepSeek reminds me of past controversies like the debates that happened over TikTok. But it does carry even heavier implications. So the bill on the table proposes the steep penalties that you mentioned, individuals facing up to 20 years in prison, companies are fined up to 100 million. This signals a significant shift in how the US is addressing Chinese tech influence. Although we don't yet know if the bill will pass as written, the conversation about China's role in AI is far from over. In fact, countries like India, Australia, and South Korea have already taken steps to restrict DeepSeek's operations. This global trend suggests that US lawmakers might soon feel the pressure to adopt similar measures in order to protect national security and economic interests. Personally, while a formal ban might not be right around the corner, the direction of these efforts makes it seem like a strong possibility as we rethink our approach to AI and foreign technology.
Thank you, Johannes. And within hours of taking the oath of office on Monday, President Donald Trump took the first steps to reverse dozens of executive orders, including Executive Order 14110, enacted in 2023 for the safe and secure and trustworthy development of and use of artificial intelligence. Executive Order 14110 established a government-wide effort to guide responsible AI development, deployment, and regulation. It followed a voluntary White House agreement reached with the technology companies leading the charge in AI development in July of 2023 on a series of practices to ensure safe deployment of AI. Executives from OpenAI, Google, Microsoft, Meta, Amazon, Anthropic, and Inflection AI met with President Joe Biden and committed to responsible AI practices. The original EO, signed by President Biden, aimed to mitigate risks associated with AI by requiring developers to share safety test results with the government and directing agencies to establish standards for safety testing, Helms said. And as of Tuesday morning, it no longer appeared on the White House website, nor does the fact sheet about the executive order. Johannes, what are the pros and cons of reversing this executive order?
Thank you for this overview, Tiffany. Reversing EO 14110 comes both with clear benefits and some serious drawbacks. On the one hand, canceling this order shows a strong push to reduce regulations so that AI innovation can move faster. This step could really help major tech companies by cutting down on compliance hurdles, creating a more dynamic environment for rapid development. The administration seems set on using these deregulations to stay competitive globally, especially against emerging players like China. On the other hand, doing away with long-established federal safety and security standards raises some real concerns. Without these rules, there's a greater risk that AI systems might be launched without the proper safeguards, which could lead to problems like algorithmic bias, privacy violations, and even threats to national security. Critics, including voices like Majeska and Helms, warn that these risks could erode public trust in AI and trigger unintended consequences that might force stricter regulations in the future. In short, while this move might boost innovation in the near term, it also puts us on a path where unchecked AI development could have far-reaching and potentially negative impact.
Thanks, Johannes. And President Donald Trump has also announced the launch of a $500 billion AI infrastructure project, one he said is the largest in U.S. history. Trump was joined by Oracle Executive Chairman Larry Ellison, SoftBank CEO Masayoshi Son, and OpenAI CEO Sam Altman for the announcement of Stargate. Stargate plans to invest $500 billion in AI infrastructure in the U.S., with $100 billion being invested immediately. Trump said the project is moving rapidly and will create more than 100,000 jobs. Beginning immediately, Stargate will be building the physical and virtual infrastructure to power the next generation of advancements in AI, and this will include the construction of colossal data centers, which Trump noted will be very massive structures. The first data centers are currently under construction in Texas. Each building is 500,000 square feet, and there are 10 buildings currently being built that will expand to 20 other locations beyond the first location in Abilene. Johannes, $500 billion is a lot of money. What kind of applications are these being built to support?
Well, it's more than just a few applications, Tiffany. It's $500 billion for Stargate is a huge investment in our technological future, and it's a clear sign that we're gearing up to support a wide range of defense applications. This initiative is designed to bolster transformative sectors like healthcare, finance, transportation, and national security by providing the essential physical and digital background needed for next generation AI. For example, Larry Ellison that you mentioned, he pointed out a particularly compelling use case involving electronic health records. He explained that these systems aren't only about storing data, they are about analyzing it to better understand both doctors' and patients' conditions, which can lead to far more effective healthcare plans. This really shows how enhanced data analytics can transform healthcare by making treatments more personalized, efficient, and effective. But it's not just healthcare. A strong AI infrastructure like Stargate is set to boost innovation across many industries by supporting large-scale data processing, real-time analytics, and the deployment of sophisticated AI models that can drive economic growth and provide broad societal benefits. In short, Stargate is a bold step toward unlocking the full potential of AI to improve our lives on multiple fronts.
Thanks, Johannes. And the California State University System, CSU, is taking a historic step to expand the use of AI in higher education by providing more than 460,000 students and over 63,000 staff and faculty with access to chatgpt.edu. a version of ChatGPT customized for educational institutions. It is the largest implementation of ChatGPT by any single organization or company anywhere in the world. With a system wide rollout across 23 campuses, CSU will become the first AI powered university system in the United States and a global leader in AI and education. Johannes, how do you feel this will impact the students and the faculty?
Well, CSU's move to bring ChatGPT EDU to all 23 campuses is a major breakthrough in higher education, Tiffany. One that's set to transform how we learn and teach. And with this new access, students can weave AI into their studies, making their learning more interactive and personalized. They'll have tools to help summarize information, spark new fresh ideas, and tackle problem solving more efficiently. Meanwhile, faculty can cut down on administrative tasks, freeing up more time for teaching, mentoring, and research. Overall, this initiative positions CSU as a global leader in AI-enhanced education and could inspire other academic institutions to adopt similar forward-thinking strategies.
Thanks, Johannes. And OpenAI has launched ChatGPT Gov, a version of its generative AI chatbot, ChatGPT, tailored for use by US government agencies. Announcing ChatGPT Gov in a blog post, OpenAI said it enables agencies to access OpenAI's advanced AI models hosted either on their own Azure cloud or Azure Government Cloud. This approach prioritizes security and compliance, meeting stringent government requirements. Johannes, what are some examples of how ChatGPT Gov can be used?
Well, ChatGPT Gov is built to help with a wide range of government tasks by combining advanced language processing with solid security measures. For instance, government agencies can use this platform to sort through vast amounts of legislative documents and public records, quickly turning complex data into clear briefing reports or policy drafts. It also helps draft and refine internal memos and communications, which makes administrative work much smoother. Plus, because ChatGPT Gov is securely hosted on the Azure Government Cloud, it ensures that sensitive information, whether related to national security, public health, or emergency response, is managed according to strict government standards. In short, this specialized version of ChatGPT not only boosts efficiency in research and document management, but also offers a reliable tool for making informed decisions across various government departments.
Thanks, Johannes. And Figure AI announced that it had signed its second major commercial partner, bringing the dream of humanoid robots from labs into everyday life closer than ever. CEO Brett Adcock said the deal might make it possible to ship 100,000 humanoid robots over the next 4 years. While the details of the new customer remain under wraps, Adcock claims it is one of the biggest US companies. Johannes, this story seems frightening to me, but what are your thoughts?
I totally understand your concern, Tiffany. The idea of an army of 100,000 humanoid robots does sound like something straight out of a science fiction movie. But it's important to look at the bigger picture. Figure AI's announcement, backed by a major US company, shows that the robotics technology is moving from the lab into real commercial applications. This shift could bring significant benefits, especially in industries where human work is dangerous, or in sectors like healthcare and logistics that are facing serious, and I mean serious, labor shortages. At the same time, we need to consider valid concerns about job displacement, cybersecurity, and the ethical management of these systems. Key to this will be to ensure that our regulatory and ethical standards evolve along with the technology to address these risks. In short, while the idea might be unsettling at first, with careful oversight and smart integration, these humanoid robots could ultimately boost productivity and safety across various industries.
Thanks, Johannes. And Palo Alto Network's Unit 42 also uncovered concerning vulnerabilities in DeepSeek, revealing that it can easily be jailbroken to produce nefarious content with little or no specialized knowledge or expertise. Unit 42 researchers recently uncovered 2 novel and effective jailbreaking techniques enabling explicit guidance on malicious activities, including keylogger creation, data exfiltration, and even instructions for incendiary devices and demonstrating the tangible security risks. Again, the story sounds a little frightening, but I guess this is to be expected. What's your take, Johannes?
Well, back to DeepSeek, Tiffany, and it's interesting that the DeepSeek narrative keeps changing from week to week and day to day in the beginning. But anyway, so the vulnerabilities of the Palo Alto Networks Unit 42 found in DeepSeek are absolutely concerning, though, yes, not entirely unexpected given how fast AI technology is evolving. They uncovered the two jailbreaking techniques, which allow anybody with limited technical skills to generate harmful content, ranging from instructions for creating keyloggers and stealing data to even building these incendiary devices. So it really highlights the dual use dilemma of advanced AI systems, where the same technology can be used for both beneficial and harmful purposes. And this situation underscores why we need robust security measures and continuous oversight as we integrate more advanced AI models into our infrastructure. While these findings might sound alarming at first, they serve as an important reminder that innovation must go hand in hand with strong cybersecurity practices. It is crucial for developers, policymakers, and cybersecurity experts to work together to strengthen protective protocols so that we can fully enjoy AI's benefits without falling prey to its potential risks. In short, these vulnerabilities reinforce the need for proactive risk management as we navigate our increasing AI-driven future.
Thank you, Johannes. And when it comes to IoT security, there's a new Trojan on the block, one that specifically targets network appliances and IoT devices running on the open source Linux operating system. FortiGuard Labs has identified a new malware kit dubbed, it's a little funny to pronounce, but it looks a little bit like Elf Shinjector. And that has the ability to infect and remotely control systems, establish root privilege, maintain malware presence, exfiltrate data such as user credentials or media access control addresses, and execute commands from and securely communicate with remote masters. It seems these attacks just keep popping up. Wouldn't you agree, Johannes?
Oh, absolutely. You're totally right. These attacks keep cropping up more and more, and definitely more often than we like. So FortiGuard Labs spotted the malware kit, ELF injector, as you mentioned, which really shows how persistent this threat landscape is. This sophisticated Trojan is designed to infect systems, take remote control, secure root privileges, and stay hidden while it steals sensitive data like user credentials and MAC addresses. It can even run remote commands, making it a powerful tool for cyber attackers. Researchers report that this Trojan has been active since mid-November 2024 and is linked to the long-running cyber espionage group known as Chinese Evasive Panda or Daggerfly. This connection not only highlights how common these attacks are, but also raises the possibility of state-sponsored cyber operations. Given these developments, it's crucial for operations to beef up the cybersecurity measures, maintain constant monitoring, and adopt strong mitigation strategies to stay ahead of these evolving threats.
Thanks, Johannes. And the security of the Internet of Things has become a critical concern for governments and consumers alike, leading to the U.S. Cyber Trust Mark, a bold attempt to transform how we think about IoT security in our hyper-connected world. This initiative, spearheaded by the Biden White House and implemented by the Federal Communications Commission, or the FCC, aims to bridge the gap between consumers, manufacturers, and the government in digital security. In practice, this would look similar to the Energy Star label for energy efficiency on air conditioners and refrigerators. Johannes, what else do you find noteworthy about the U.S. Cyber Trust Mark?
The U.S. Cyber Trust Mark Initiative, Tiffany, is a bold move for IoT security, and I would like to highlight a few key points. First, the approach is very comprehensive. It doesn't just put a label on the product and call it done. Instead, it includes a QR code that consumers can scan. This code links to a registry that offers clear, detailed information about the product's security features, support period, and update process. Such transparency helps consumers make informed decisions and can push the market toward more secure products. That said, there is a significant caveat. This initiative might give consumers a false sense of security, especially considering that many people already have low cybersecurity awareness. For example, they might not change their passwords unless absolutely necessary. A security label could lead to mistakenly believe that their device is unhackable, which is dangerous since the device meeting today's standards might not stand up to the cyber attacks of tomorrow. Ultimately, while the Cyber Trust mark could spur improvements in IoT security, its success will rely on ongoing consumer education and constant updates to keep pace with the ever-changing threat landscape.
Thanks, Johannes. And Dogecoin aims to transform the landscape of the Internet of Things by enabling smart devices to effortlessly handle autonomous microtransactions. In a digital world demanding greener initiatives, Dogecoin pursues a breakthrough in eco-friendly blockchain technology. By refining its mining process, Dogecoin aims to establish a new standard of sustainability, inspiring the broader crypto sector towards environmentally mindful practices. If realized, this could herald a major shift towards greener tech solutions in the digital currency realm. Johannes, can you explain to our audience Dogecoin's journey from meme origins to technological visionary?
Absolutely, Tiffany. So Dogecoin's journey from its meme-based beginnings to a serious player in technological innovation is a fascinating example of adaptability and forward thinking. At first, Dogecoin captured the public's imagination as a fun, light-hearted experiment in cryptocurrency, buoyed by an active online community and playful branding. But its recent move to enable smart devices to handle autonomous microtransactions marks a significant transformation. Now, Dogecoin is stepping into the realm of the Internet of Things, where its refined, eco-friendly blockchain technology could support seamless, low-cost transactions across a vast network of interconnected devices. This evolution not only enhances its practical use, but also paves the way for greener tech solutions in a digital currency space. Essentially, Dogecoin is offering a glimpse into a transformative future by integrating into IoT networks, leveraging meme culture, and leading with eco-friendly blockchain innovations. It's redefining itself from a mere speculative asset into a potential cornerstone of sustainable next-generation technology.
Thanks, Johannes. And Apple's new game changer iPhone update, iOS 18.3, brings Starlink satellite access as the software contained a surprise extra, compatibility with the Starlink satellite network, according to a new report. A post on X from Mario Nafal, founder of IBC Group, described the update as a game changer, saying Apple quietly adds Starlink to iPhones in iOS 18.3. Johannes, since Apple has its Global Star service, why is this a game changer?
Well, Tiffany, at first glance, it might seem a bit confusing, especially since, as you mentioned, Apple already offers its Global Star service. Why would you call it a game changer? But the real breakthrough here is the integration of Starlink's satellite access into iOS 18.3, which means you get seamless connectivity without needing to manually align your device. As Nafal puts it, the key difference, no more pointing your phone at the sky, Starlink works right from your pocket. This is revolutionary because it lets you stay connected even in areas where traditional cell networks drop out, especially during emergencies or in remote locations. It's important to note that while this feature is part of Apple's update, iOS 18.3 doesn't actually install Starlink itself. Instead, it enables functionality through partnerships, most notably with T-Mobile. As T-Mobile told its beta testers, you can now stay connected with texting via satellite from virtually anywhere. For now, it's text only, but SpaceX and T-Mobile plan to add voice calls and data, which really underscores the evolving nature of space-based connectivity. Essentially, this integration is a major step forward in merging terrestrial and satellite networks, transforming our expectations for reliable, always-on communication.
Thank you. And Honeywell, one of the last remaining U.S. industrial conglomerates, will split into 3 independent companies, following in the footsteps of manufacturing giants like General Electric and Alcoa. The company said Thursday that it will separate from its automation and aerospace technologies businesses, including plans announced earlier to spin off its advanced materials business. Honeywell will consist of 3 smaller entities in hopes that they will each be more agile. Are you surprised by this news, Johannes?
Um, Not really, Tiffany. I'm not entirely surprised by Honeywell's decision to break up into these three smaller companies. In today's fast-paced industrial world, even well-established companies like Honeywell are rethinking their structures to keep up with rapid technological and market changes. By splitting its automation, aerospace, and advanced materials divisions, Honeywell is following a similar path that companies like General Electric and Alcoa have taken, all in an effort to boost agility and unlock shareholder value. This move is really about cutting through the red tape so each new company can focus on its core strengths and innovate without being slowed down by the complexities of a large conglomerate. It could also lead to better capital allocation, more focused research and development, and faster responses to market shifts. In an era marked by digital transformation and fierce global competition, this kind of realization seems like a natural evolution rather than a surprise. Ultimately, while the news might catch some off guard, it reflects a broader trend towards specialization and efficiency in the industrial sector.
Thanks, Johannes. And BMO announced that it has joined the IBM Quantum Network, extending its technology leadership in North America to further drive real financial progress for its customers, clients, and the communities that it serves. BMO gains access to IBM's advanced quantum infrastructure, enabling the bank to develop and deploy quantum based solutions across its operations. The investment in advanced capabilities is at the core of BMO's digital first strategy to deliver progress and outcomes at scale by merging human expertise with cutting edge technology. Johannes, do you feel this is a major milestone for quantum?
Absolutely, Tiffany. This announcement marks a major milestone for quantum computing. BMO's decision to join the IBM Quantum Network shows that quantum computing is moving beyond theory and becoming a practical tool, especially in complex fields like financial services. By tapping into IBM's advanced quantum infrastructure, BMO is setting itself up to use quantum power solutions to improve data analysis, risk management, and overall efficiency. This partnership is a clear example how BMO's digital first strategy, which blends human expertise with cutting edge technology to drive large scale progress. Moreover, the collaboration not only highlights the growing commercial potential of quantum computing, but also reflects broader industry confidence in its ability to solve complex problems. In short, while quantum computing is still emerging, moves like these give us a glimpse into a future where quantum technology plays a key role in strategic decision making and innovation across various sectors.
Thank you, Johannes. And that is all the news that we have time for today. But don't go anywhere because next we have an exclusive interview with Connext. And before we go, we do want to remind everyone to register for our upcoming events. We have the Green Things Summit coming up in April, our Intelligent Thinking AI Summit coming up in July, Summit of Things in October, of course, our annual Industry Insights IoT Awards every December. But we have lots of opportunities for speaking, sponsorship, and advertising. So please reach out to us if you would like to participate in one of our upcoming events or if you're in need of marketing services. Any final thoughts, Johannes?
Two things, Tiffany. First of all, we are truly living in AI time, which is different from normal time. It's way faster. So tune in into our monthly newscasts and annual events to stay up to date. And second, we are living in an era characterized by an unprecedented volume of content. Don't drown in the noise. Contact us, reach out to us if you want to stand out, and we have various tools available to help you stand out of the crowd.
Thanks, Johannes, and thank you all for joining us. And get ready, we've got the interview with Connext coming up right now. So be sure to register to attend our upcoming events, read our blogs, and check out all of our marketing services, all at iotmktg.com. Thank you so much, and thank you, Johannes.
Thank you, Tiffany, and thank you, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Craig Chumley, how are you today, Craig?
Great, Tiffany. Thanks for having us.
Absolutely. And we also have their Chief Revenue Officer, Tommy Mullins. How are you today, Tommy?
Wonderful. Glad to be on, Tiffany.
Great. And IoT Marketing recently hosted our Industry Insights IoT Awards, and Connext won the Best Case Study of the Year award. So again, congratulations.
Thanks.
And Craig, go right ahead.
Well, I was going to say thank you. Really appreciate Tommy and I get to represent the company, but there were so many Connectors that made that possible. So just want to give credit and hats off to them.
Excellent. Thank you so much. And Craig, as we get started, can you share with us a brief introduction on your background and your role at Connext?
Yeah, sure. I'd love to. I've been in the IT services segment for over 30 years. I've been in sales and leadership roles with different OEMs, systems integrators, and service providers. Really thankful for all the experience that many people have given me a chance to help kind of round out, I'd call it a full business understanding. And that has set me up well to join Connext just about a year ago as their CEO.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. And Tommy, can you also tell us a brief introduction on your background and your role at Connext?
Absolutely. Similarly to Craig, been in the technology industry for a long time, but we have a passion for services, and which is what we're really focused on here at Connext is the technology services portion of that. I'm the Chief Revenue Officer. I lead the go-to-market, the sales and account management pieces of the business, or as Craig likes to say, Chief Relationship Officer. So building those trusted relationships and keeping them going.
Yes, relationships are so key to success. And Craig, can you tell us more about what services that Connext specializes in?
Sure. Yeah, we have 4 core services. Project services. That's where we're, have teams of our Connectors out on site. In particular, probably one large location for several weeks or months. We have our deployment services. That's our multi-site services arm where we're deploying technologies of a similar type across hundreds or thousands of locations. We have our managed services, which is our 24/7 proactive monitoring services and solution where we're watching over our customers' technology. And if there's a challenge with that technology, our associates are engaging to remediate. And then finally, we have our on-site break fix support services where, at times you can't fix something remotely. We have a full staff across North America to support those customers to make sure they're up and running. And so, again, we serve across North America, Mexico, into the Caribbean with plans to go global.
Fantastic. And Tommy, can you tell us more about your clientele? Who do you target and which industries do they represent?
Absolutely. Thank you, Tiffani. We are experts in scale. So when you think about scale comes in a couple of different forms. As Craig described, scale could be rolling out hundreds and even thousands of devices in a single location, or it could be just rolling out those devices amongst hundreds and thousands of locations geographically dispersed. So where you're going to see us really thriving and where we're calling on clients is really in those that need that type of scale, which comes down to think about the organizations that you see with thousands of locations. It comes down to retail. So a lot of retail has very geographically dispersed environments. When you look at quick serve restaurants or even restaurants in general that are very spread out and geographically dispersed. And our case study that won the IoT award is in healthcare. So healthcare obviously is very geographically dispersed and needs that type of scale that goes along with that. And the last one I would mention is finance and then some distribution, right? Where you're looking at now where you see large distribution centers and many of them around the country to support the needs of retailers.
Perfect. Thank you, Tommy. And Craig, what is Connext's mission and vision? And has that changed and evolved?
Yeah, thanks for that. We're excited about and it has evolved. And I'll share a little bit about that too. For us, Tiffani, we call our vision our North Star. So our North Star is to become the most trusted technology services company on the planet. And then our mission or our purpose that really supports that North Star is to build trust every day through interactions that we have where we're inspired by our faith and our commitment to provide excellent services to our customers and partners. And so the way that's kind of evolved, we we want to really push ourselves this year. We just had our 2025 kickoff. And so for us, we thought, we want to take this idea of earning trust even further. And so we came up with this mantra that, every day what we want to do by the end of the day is say, hey, we built trust. So we've come up with this mantra to build trust every day. So all of our connectors, that's what we're focused on a daily basis. And then we used to be focused on just North America. And so this idea was, to be the most trusted in North America. But, we come up with something a little more exciting where we want to be the most trusted on the planet. And so those are some evolutions just for this year.
I love that. Thanks so much, Craig. And Tommy, can you tell us more about Connect's core values?
Absolutely. As Craig said, our mission is to be the most trusted. And how do you do that? Well, our rallying cry is to get our work done right the first time, no matter what it takes, right? And there's a lot to that. And when you think about how do you build trust, that's a key ingredient to that, right? Our core values that we've created as a company, and it was literally done by our company, right? So it wasn't something from the top down. It actually bubbled up from the bottom up as far as what these core values meant and how they related to our clients. But our core values say lead, LEAD, and our core values are listen first. So we want to always be actively listening, not listening to say what we're going to say next, but listening to understand. Executing with intention means we're going to have a plan and we're going to execute on that plan. However, the A is adapt to change, which means always be ready to adapt, always be ready to change. I think one of the things that our listeners and all of us here on the call can agree in technology, the only constant is change, right? So be ready to adapt, be ready to do that. And that way it's not upsetting the apple cart, you're staying the course, right? And then the last one, the D, is develop lasting relationships. And as you said earlier, Tiffani, relationships are so important to business and how you're successful. And we believe the same. And we believe if we're leading, if we're getting our work done the first time, if we're building trust every day, we will be developing long-lasting relationships. And so that's what our core values and how they mean to us. And we actually incent every day our connectors on our core values. We give awards. All of that is based on our core values and really underpins our culture at Connect.
That's a great culture to have. So I'm very glad that you won the award. Definitely deserve an award since you recognize your employees and your team as well. Yeah. And over the past 14 years, Connect has deployed over 1 million devices for over 100 enterprise customers. And that's quite an accomplishment. Craig, can you share with us some examples of the success that you've achieved for your clients?
Yeah, those are great numbers. Thankfully, those numbers continue to grow, and that's a testament to our team. I think, Tommy shared our different segments. So in the retail space, we had a very large retailer come to us and say, hey, we've got to put new technology with a new network changeover across 14,000 locations, and Connects, we need that done in 6 months. And so because we're built to scale, we said, look, we can do that. We built a plan to do that. We were rolling it out. We were just a couple months in, and one of the executives at this large retailer said, look, for some unforeseen reasons, your 6 months has now gone to 3 months. And so, our chief operating officer who runs our services team, he looked at it and he said, look, if we run 24/7 operations, we can actually get this accomplished. And we did. It meant people, I think spending the night in the office in the cots and having hammocks in the warehouse. But it was like Tommy said, it's just whatever it takes to get it done. So, basically rolled out across 14,000 locations, new technology in a matter of what ended up being about 4 months, and just on time, on budget for a really large quick service restaurant that you would know. They wanted to enter into some new beverage categories, which meant they needed new digital menus. They needed new drive-through technology. All the work had to be done overnight. And so we were able to accomplish that over a 5-month period, doing about 6,000 locations for them. We currently have a project today where a large convenience store wanted to make sure that their customers had a safe, secure transaction, whether it was tapping their credit card at the pump or going in to the store and tapping or swiping a card. And so we're out right now putting in new cybersecurity solutions for that customer at over 1,000 locations. And then finally, Tiffani, there's a national fitness center that really wanted to up their game, not only in if you think about it for the new year, people being able to maybe to reach a new milestone on fitness, but also to make sure that customers and their employees could be safe. So we're out rolling out new physical security technology across hundreds of locations to ensure a safe experience for their customers. So all of these, we think less about the technology and we think more about what were we able to help our customer accomplish and what's the experience that their customer is going to derive from it.
Thank you, Craig. It sounds like you're really dedicated to excellence. So congratulations on all of that. And Tommy, what is one of the biggest barriers to maintaining technology budgets that Connext helps alleviate?
Yes, Tiffani. So we have some McKinsey stats that say that 20% of IT projects go over budget. And why does that occur? Well, most of the time it's because of scope creep, and it's because of not being able to execute the timelines that have been rolled out. Right. So, as we said with our core values, our key KPI is, do we get our work right the first time? And we are maniacal about measuring that stat within our organization. In fact, last year we completed all of our project, which is over the course of thousands and tens of thousands of devices rolled out. We ended up at 97.6% completion right the first time. And so what we see is from our competitors is that they run in the 75s to 80% at scale, which means we are way outpacing. And a lot of times what's causing that overrun, that 20% of over budget project, is not getting that work right. And if you don't get it right, you have to go back and return. That takes time, it takes money, it takes resources to go do that. So with us having that KPI and meeting that stat of that 97.6%, we're getting our work right the first time. We're delivering projects on time, and we're delivering projects on budget. That is what really drives customer satisfaction. And obviously that drives building of trust with your client. So that's how we overcome that obstacle.
Thanks, Tommy. I'm sure it's very difficult to get it right the first time. So that's amazing that you have that much of a success rate. And Craig, what is your top use case? I know you got case study of the year. Can you tell us more about that case study?
Yeah, for sure. That would definitely be the one we love to share. And thank you for recognizing us for that case study of the year. It's in the healthcare space, as Tommy had mentioned before, where we were challenged by a large healthcare provider to help them solve one of their largest problems, which is the spread of infectious diseases within their healthcare facility. So this healthcare provider, their mission is to restore their patients' health. And so if you think about, a patient coming into one of their facilities, the idea of catching a disease was something they were very committed to prevent. And so we were experienced with IoT solutions and really felt that, Tiffani, like an IoT-based solution would help this healthcare provider solve that critical challenge. So all the healthcare facilities that they all have sanitation rooms, but there's no way to really track, did every clinician follow the sanitation procedures prior to treating patients? And so, sanitation is at the heart of this disease prevention. So, our team is thinking about it, and we thought, what? We can come up with an IoT solution, and it can be a IoT sensor-based solution. So what we went and did is we went and installed sensors in each one of these sanitation rooms, so that one is there for the clinician to scan their badge in. That proves they've entered the room, right, as part of the procedure. The second is we added sensors to track the timing and the release of the soap from the dispenser to prove that the sanitation procedure had been followed. So the outcome for this healthcare provider, and we've installed, I think, close to 7,500 of these devices throughout their network. But the outcome from the healthcare provider is they now have a proven, measurable way to demonstrate their commitment to their mission. And then by doing so, kind of a secondary outcome is they've actually received an ROI on the solution that we implemented. Their solution has allowed them to lower their insurance costs by being able to provide information to their insurance provider that these procedures are actually being followed. So it's a fantastic story. We love helping this particular provider reach their mission and how they care for their patients.
That's fantastic. Thank you so much for sharing that with us.
You bet.
And Tommy, how important are strategic partnerships to your success?
Well, strategic partners, Tiffani, are critical to what we're doing because as Connects, we don't manufacture anything. So we're not a manufacturer. We don't have research and development. We're not any of those things. We rely on our partners to be able to deliver these solutions. So what we do is we take what they've done and what they've invested in to be best in class or best in breed of a technology. And then we take those pieces and we put them together to deliver, as Craig said, a solution that's going to meet the needs of the client. Right. So, for example, in that case that Craig was talking about, we were reliant on our technology provider, Vizia, who put together that solution. We then go implement, deploy, and make sure that it's set up so that it can deliver the outcome that we need. So without our strategic partners, we can't deliver to assist the end user or deliver these business outcomes that we want to. So we're wholly reliant on them, and we invest greatly into those partnerships, just as we would invest in a customer relationship and others. We're looking to build that same trust with those strategic partners.
Thank you, Tommy. I can see where trust would play a huge role in that. And Craig, what makes your on-site installations unique?
Well, I think there's three core things that are unique. One, having been in business doing these implementations for 16 years, experience is really, really important. So we've got a team that's been together for that period of time and really understands how to get these installations right. We also have some unique ways that we create our playbooks. And so we can have a single playbook that we can scale out and make sure that our entire team is following. And we have a network operations center available to our team that's on site 24 by 7, so that they do run into a problem. There's a lot of engineering talent at the company that can support them. That all leads to really that unique differentiator that Tommy was talking about, where we're getting our work done right now at 97.6% with, a metric point for us is at least 95. And as Tommy said too, that's running 20+% better than the industry. So, Tiffy, you think about the customers we serve, they expect us to be able to scale. You can imagine if you're talking about hundreds or thousands of locations and you're working with a partner that's only getting their work right 70% of the time, how frustrating that can be. And so that's why we're winning more and more market share, is because our ability to deliver at such a high first-time success rate at scale.
Wonderful. Thank you, Craig. And earlier in the conversation, Craig, you had mentioned managed services. Tommy, can you tell us more about the managed services?
Absolutely. So one of the things we recognize as a company, when you start out as a deployment company, which really a company, experts on scale and then moving those projects out and getting them deployed, one of the things that we heard from our customers and from our partners alike is that the customers desired a full life cycle of support for these devices that have been deployed. And so what our managed services does is it takes what used to be a reactive process, meaning I have a device, it's down, it's not working, that's reactive, and turn it into a proactive where we can now monitor these devices. We can get key statistics out of the device and understand when it could possibly look at failing. Or even if the device goes down, many times we can dispatch a technician to site before our client even knows that that piece is down, whether it's an access point or something else, can go remediate before it becomes a big issue on site. And imagine if you're a retailer and you're reliant on this technology to be able to process payments and to do other things, the more we can be proactive, the more we can take care of these issues either remotely or going ahead and dispatching a technician, the better it is from success, right? To provide success to our clients. So our managed services really take what was reactive and turn it into a proactive response to what they're dealing with on site.
Great. Thank you, Tommy. And throughout the conversation, you've both mentioned scale several times. So, Craig, how important do you feel the ability to scale is, and how does scale help adjust the solutions that you offer?
Yeah, it's critically important to us. We just have a great desire to serve our customers, really, really well, and so they expect, because they're larger in nature, they expect us to be able to scale. So it's critically important to our business. So with any of our service offerings, whether they're existing offerings or new offerings, we develop scale as a critical factor for us. We put together, Tiffani, a cross-functional team, so a team from different departments that meets every other week, and they're continuously evaluating, like, how are our processes running? What about our procedures? What are we learning from any time we have something that didn't go right? And then also our systems, right? Our systems able to support our customers in a way that they need to be supported. So we're always looking to become more efficient. The more efficient you are in a process, a procedure, a system, the more you can scale. So that's just a key for us, is the constant evolution of how we do things. And that then allows you to scale without exorbitant costs. So critically important for us.
Thank you, Craig. And Tommy, what are some of the factors that businesses commonly overlook when it comes to deployment?
Good question, Tiffani. I would say the key to success, a couple of different things. One, not understanding the need for a good plan, right? Making sure that you have a great plan in place. And not only do you have a plan in place of a rollout or schedule and those types of things, but are you inserting in either days or time frames that you're doing your catch up and other pieces so that you're not falling behind in the project? That's a critical piece of planning that our project managers, with their years of experience, along with our project coordinators and others, are experts in delivering that plan. The second piece of it is understanding, really, I think Craig mentioned it earlier, the success playbook. We're one of the few companies I know of that has technical writers on staff who write the playbook. And the whole goal of that is if I can write a playbook that our engineers have gone out and laid out, that a technician can understand in the field, I'm 90% better, right? Because you have a playbook, you have instructions for them to follow, and to get that job done right the first time. The third thing I would say is the ability to have metrics that are live in real time. That we have a portal, and our ability to allow our customer, either our partner or our customer, to understand exactly where we're at in the rollout at any given time. Successful sites, non-successful sites, it's all visible, and it's available for them to view at any time. That's accountability, which is critically important in your partner and what you're doing, right? And then the last piece that I would say that gets overlooked, but it's very important, is, do you have a quality assurance layer built in? Craig mentioned it earlier. We have a 24/7 network operations center that provides a quality assurance layer around everything we do in the field, so that we are checking in and checking out those resources, ensuring that we are complying, meeting the needs, and making sure that we are 100% following the success playbook. And if we're not, we get our work right. We get it corrected immediately and not have to go back. So that quality assurance layer is very, very important, but it's a piece that a lot of our competitors and others in the market, they try to do without, and it's a critical mistake.
Thank you so much, Tommy. And Craig, what is on the horizon for Connext in the year ahead?
Yeah, thanks for asking that. I mean, I'm so excited about the future of Connext. And as I mentioned, we had our 2025 kickoff just a couple of weeks ago. So for us on the horizon, one, I want to start with our team members. We had referred to our team, our employees as team members. We have such a great culture that just didn't seem authentic. And so we've rebranded ourselves as Connexters. And so our team's really excited about that. That feels more like a team being part of something. So And to go along with this idea of renaming ourselves as Connectors, we designed a special Nike shoe. And that shoe has our corporate colors and everything, but it's for team members who are doing an excellent job in living out those core lead values that Tommy talked about, where peers are recognizing one another throughout any given month. And at the end of the month, when we get together for our town hall meetings, we'll be giving away a Nike, we call it the Connector shoe, to each of those team members that we're living great core values. So that's something we're really excited about that's internal. From an external perspective, we are on the cusp of announcing some new partnerships. Tommy mentioned partnerships are critical for us. Those new partnerships are going to create new service categories for us. And so we're also hiring new people. So we've got new Connectors that have recently joined the team that are helping us accelerate in some of those new categories. So we've got a great year ahead and excited to see all that's going to unfold.
Thank you, Craig. And I love that you call them Connectors. What a fun way to word that. I love Connectors, and I love the fact that you're giving away Nike shoes to your top performers. I mean, who wouldn't want a new pair of Nikes?
There's a lot of excitement around that, I can tell you.
And Tommy, can you tell us anything else that you'd like to add about your goals for Connext in 2025?
Sure. Craig did a great job of laying it out, really building up our Connectors and growing our resource pool. But our theme for the year is Go Grow. So it's really about continuing our growth and continuing expanding, whether that's, as Craig just mentioned, in our service portfolio, growing that, growing our relationships with our clients, right? And just continuing to grow what we're doing here at Connect. How can we go and deliver for more and more clients out into the market? But it's really about that theme of Go Grow Connect.
I love it. And that's all we have time for today, but thank you so much for joining me. And again, congratulations on winning Case Study of the Year.
Thank you. We really enjoyed being with you.
Thank you, Tiffani.
Thank you. Have a great day, everyone. Bye-bye.
Yeah.